people do it. You know, those are all green screens and movies
Yep.
and stuff.
Yep. Here, let me try.
It's not.
There it is. See?
Oh yeah, look at that.
That's your poster board?
Yeah.
It's a lot of poster board.
No, it's actually like 3 or 4 big pieces. That's it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't cover the whole thing. It's just this one little corner I put it up in. And then I can put all my fun stuff up there. I can do like
Wow.
where's the G? See, look, this is like my favorite one right here.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's my favorite. Hey, Dougie, I can't stream into the group because it's not giving me more on my screen.
Where do you want me to
I'm
go?
recording though.
Want me to go to Team Transformers?
Yeah. You have the more button on yours?
Yeah.
Just so you guys know, for tonight, the password is plant power. So I've set multiple alarms to change my password after this so that you guys could put in team. I'll change it back after tonight. What'd you say, Dougie?
You can do it.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I'll just make some announcements. I'm sure you guys are sick of me making this announcement, but tonight, 8:30 Eastern, 10 o'clock Eastern, got fruits and veggies. And so that's going to be something that can really help you build your customer base, help you build your team, help to get rid of any people with questions that you're not able to answer. So just bring your friends, your family, say, hey, you know, you'll get a glimpse into our community. You'll hear stories from other people besides myself. You'll be able to hear why Juice Plus is different from anything else out there. Why it's the #1 selling nutritional product in the capsule in the world. So, you know, use today to really push or blitz. You know, we learned that, a lot of us, from being in what's called the action game, where you just sit down and you just blitz as many people as possible. You can go into your contacts and, you know, you want to make it personal to them and you don't want to be weird. So you've got to think, you know, what it is you're blitzing, and think of your own verbiage, you know, why you think it'd be great for them to be on. So anyway, that's that. That's for tonight. All right, so today we're going to talk about the 5 beliefs. And we started to have this conversation on Monday.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for maybe a couple more people. I see more and more people coming on.
I'm excited to see some of our regulars and a few new faces. So that's exciting. Welcome, welcome. You know who you are. You guys are awesome. We've been waiting for you. We love everybody. Heather's signing in. We got some Kenners in the house now.
Right, we're excited to see Amanda Ang.
Hey,
how are you?
On time.
Woohoo!
I'm back. My
Leonzo was on the Blitz this morning. That was fun.
That's exciting.
We're doing Blitzes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday too at 8 a.m. Eastern. It's kind of fun.
Excited. More people are on. Keep them coming, guys. Text the team member, say, hey, Lesson Learn's on. Great to see you, Stace. Great to see our sideline buddy, Melissa Basadre. Welcome, welcome. She's been doing Spanish events with Nicole sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Oh, this is cool.
Thank you so much for including me. I really appreciate it.
Our pleasure. Okay, we're going to start with a story soon. And our guest knows who that is.
Did that work? Am I sharing my screen right now?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's exciting. 2 monitors is nice. Makes Zoom better.
Anything he can geek out with, you know?
Anything I can do to nerd out. Maybe I need 3 monitors. Maybe something else will happen.
Right. I mean, imagine my surprise seeing another monitor arriving at the house.
In the bedroom.
Amazon shipments do not stop. Just don't stop. You never know. I mean, if you just want to come outside our door, you can get so much.
Right. I mean, the porch pirates have got, I can't believe they haven't found us yet.
We have so much toilet paper at this point.
I ordered,
if you're in need, please let us know.
I
Oh
have,
my gosh, we're using tissues.
So
I
you're
have,
okay, Nalani, I'm coming to New Smyrna tomorrow. Meet me. I'll give you some toilet paper.
I also
It's a
ordered
great-
3,000 rock wools for the Tower Gardens.
Wow.
Not gonna run out of those.
Great selling point. A roll of toilet paper for each order.
Buy a Tower Garden, you get a pack of
Oh.
toilet paper.
Hey, yeah, there we go. We can add that to Seedling Saturday. We can do toilet paper Tuesday. I don't know. Okay.
That's
Toilet
funny.
paper Tuesday.
We
We're
have a
streaming
lot.
live, so this is quality content for all
I
you
know.
guys on
We're
Facebook.
just getting you guys warmed up. That's all.
Hey, this really is a great topic today. I did a lot of research and prep and just thinking about it, and I'm super excited just by the topic. And I'm excited, guys. Make sure there are some slides where we kind of present some info today. But when it's time to like share your thoughts, please jump in. Let us know what you're thinking about stuff. But the beliefs are so important, and we're gonna hit those beliefs today.
So we want this to be an interactive lunch and learn always. Okay. So even if we're talking, we love it when you chat with
Yeah.
each other or amen something or say, oh, I love your story. So speaking of which, we have our special guest on today, from Key West, Kristen Winter. She is a blessing to have on the team, always a bright smile. And she's going to share her story. And so we're going to try to start each lunch and learn with a community member story. And so thank you for agreeing to that, Kristen. And she's also going to be on tonight with Fruits and Veggies at 8:30. So go ahead, Kristen. Thanks for agreeing.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you having me on today. So I was love at first sight for me when I first launched. Not only was it the answer to showing my girls how food is grown, but it was also an ideal solution to gardening in Key West where space and water are at a premium. The coolest thing was when I saw my girls pick spinach right off the Tower Garden and eat it because they swore they hated spinach. Juice Plus took a little more convincing because I thought we already ate well and didn't need it. So, but I realized that we never wanted to go a day without it when rounds of colds and flu came through our school and my girls stayed healthy through it all. The best part was when my girls actually beg for vegetables now because you crave what you eat.
Okay, she's keeping it short for tonight, I see. Okay, how about the business? So why did you say yes to sharing Juice Plus? And I think you ran into Sandy, at a trade show and loved the Tower Garden. And then how did that all happen that you said yes to sharing Juice Plus?
Well, I actually joined the day that I bought my Tower Garden. I joined the business. And I just decided if I was going to have the Tower Garden and be sharing that, and the Juice Plus, I needed to try both. So that's how we started on Juice Plus. And I just, after 4 months of being on it, I realized that we just couldn't do without it. And my husband is away for work for about 4 out of 7 days a week. So I really couldn't afford to be sick. So I found that with the Juice Plus, I was staying healthy through all these rounds of colds and flus that we're going through the schools. And I got intentional. That's when I got intentional about sharing the product because I knew that others had to feel the same way I did as well. I wanted my friends and family to live their best life too. So before long, I realized I was making enough money to pay for my products, and who wouldn't want the added 30 fruits and vegetables a day in their diet and have the opportunity to have it paid for. So my favorite part though is the inspiring community that I've been able to be a part of. You get to choose who you work with and you get to learn about nutrition and health and loving on others. So that's my favorite thing about Juice Plus.
Awesome, that's wonderful. So I know you like to mostly share one-on-one with people. I'm just asking for everybody else, how do you usually broach the subject? Or how does that conversation usually go?
Well, I do. That's my favorite way of sharing. I'm not as much of an event person. I like personal relationships. So typically when I speak with people, the conversation usually comes around to, oh, my child is sick, or I haven't been feeling my best the past few weeks, or I just wish that I could, get into shape, or I really would like to grow my own food, but it's so hard here in Key West, or something like that, where it just automatically goes into the conversation of Juice Plus and the Tower Garden solutions that we have. So it kind of has been a great way to strike up that conversation and keep a relationship. And I just, that's been the easiest way for me to share.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you so much for sharing today. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Sharon.
Okay. So I'm going to start off just for a second, then we're going to go to Doug. All right. I just checking everything. Okay. Oh, you're already screen sharing. Can you hold off on that just for a second? Okay. So with the Juice Plus business, there are 4 ways that our company wants to set ourselves apart from any other company out there. Just like we're different with, we're not a vitamin, we're fruits and vegetables. They don't want to be, network marketing totally. Okay, that's how we get paid. So we're a combination of direct sales, which means this is better done, like Kristen's saying, one-on-one relationship. So direct sales, heart to heart, our president and founder says. And then corporate. So it's a combination of corporate, because we also can get business investment bonus. Once we get to just QSSC, which is a new position they added this year, we start to get business investment bonus when we have a team. Also virtual franchise, or a franchise where everybody has like the same system. Like if you go into Starbucks, they have the same system. If you go to Chick-fil-A, they have the same system. So we are all working from the same system of sharing our excitement, sharing a resource or an event, following up. Those are the things we're doing. Everyone who you talk to with Juice Plus is doing the same thing. And so it's easy to move into that franchise system that's already been created for us. I cringe when I hear somebody say they want to create their own business. And like this one lady wanted to do a basket business. She was going to have to come up with, the mission. I don't even know if she was going to do that. The price point, the brochures, the marketing, all that stuff is done by our company. So that's part of being part of a franchise where the system's already laid out. And then the 4th part is network marketing, which is not multi-level marketing. It's network marketing. And that's how we get paid. We get paid in a way in which we can leverage our time by teaching others and helping others. And it's really a servant leadership type business where we're feeding into you. We serve you, just like the company does. They say they would be nowhere without us. So they really are serving us. That is their attitude. And so everyone is out there as like an army on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world. And so that is how we get paid too. The more we help you be successful, that's how we can be successful. We don't get paid by just signing up anybody. Sign on the dotted line, no money rolls up. That would be different. So anyway, it's really a neat way of doing the business and everything. Okay, Dougie, if you want to share that, the great thing, I was always home building this business. Doug was going off to work, and he started to see I could leverage my time and make about the same income, but he was trading time for money. So when you see this quadrant on the left side is people who have to be there to trade time for money, okay? On the right side of the quadrant is people who don't have to be at a certain place necessarily to make money, okay? So this is just good to know. It's in the Rich Dad books. The best one for that is called The Business of the 21st Century. That is network marketing, and that's just one of our 4 ways in which our business exists. So you could be an employee, you have a job, you go, and then you make income, right? You have to check in, and then you make income. Self-employed is a little bit the same way because you kind of have to be there. A lot of times, whether you're a doctor, I don't know what else, a hairstylist, you might own it, but it also can own you. That's the problem. So when you move over to the right side of the quadrant, this is a way in which you can leverage yourself and create income past the point of sale which also in our business compounds over the years. You know, it's like a big snowball. At first, it's not really building, you know, because you're not accessing all the different parts of the compensation plan yet, but it builds over time. Okay, we now have a dog that barks in the background. Okay, so that was the first experience. Okay,
Wow.
business owner. So now we are a business owner. We all are a virtual franchise business owner. We now own a system, okay? That is how we are going to leverage our time. That's how I can be here, but have team in New Mexico, team in Ormond Beach, team in Key West. I'm going to talk about Juice Plus where I am. That's going to give me, you know, my own customers, my own, you know, distributors, but having that leverage of having taught other people to go out there and be like an army for this, that gives me leverage. That is part of my system, my business system. That's where you want to get to, where you have empowered other people to go out there. And that's how you make that extra income. That is the beauty of network marketing, where there's unlimited potential. The fourth quadrant is when you have enough money that you then can invest, and it's like having money in the bank, okay? So you've got $100,000 in the bank, you're now making like $500 a month just by it sitting there, okay? So we like to say, you know, do you have $100,000 in the bank that just will bring in $500 a month? The business, if you're bringing in $500 a month, you know, once you've built it to that point, there isn't a lot of maintenance you need to do. You just check in with customers, things like that. You keep the ball rolling, you live a healthy lifestyle, and you inspire others, but you aren't really, you know, having to do a whole lot. So it's like having $100,000 in the bank that makes $500 a month. This is something that feeds into your future. So you want to be on the right-hand side of the quadrant. The easiest way is to be a business owner like we are with the Juice Plus company. Thank you.
All right. Well, I think that's awesome. Just that concept of like, once you've built a business, it's just like having an investment. It's like we have $1 million in the bank just paying us, which is super cool. But also, as most of you do this as a side business, as you have this side hustle, I mean, it does take some of the pressure off of your bills and your debt accumulation and things like that, you know? So, I mean, it's pretty awesome. By the way, yes, the Keys are open again, and Sharon's going up to New Smyrna Beach tomorrow, but I think if the weather's good, Emma and I are going to actually head down to Isla Mirada, maybe feed some tarpon, rent a wave runner, and go to Isla Mirada Fish Company, because I like their crack conch. So, so we might actually get some Keys action tomorrow. We'll see. Okay, so I want to ask you guys a question. Answer in the chat for me, guys. You're going to type this, just a number, type. How much money do you think is spent through direct sales? Like as far as people buying things each year, how much do you think really happens? I mean, is it a huge number, small number? I mean, you tell me. I mean, we buy things on Amazon. We buy things at the local store. We go to the grocery store, the drug store. $1 billion, Gwen says. 8 billion from Jules. I mean, so either one of those numbers is pretty dang big. Yeah, T says a lot. For sure, a lot. What I'm going to share with you guys now, because the reason we want to talk about the beliefs in our business is because sometimes we create these little stories in our heads. Well, nobody's really buying this stuff, or I don't know, I feel like I'm the only one doing this. Well, this is from the Direct Selling Association, which John Blair, I think, is on the board. He's one of our executives. But it's the association is there to support direct sellers, not just Juice Plus, but whether it's Herbalife or Monet or whatever. All these companies are a part of this association, which is supposed to give us like certain ethics and financial responsibility and things like that. But they gather data, okay? They gather data. So let's see what is the real data. Well, the first thing I want to show you is, look, 2018 was the last time $35.4 billion are spent in direct sales. That's a lot of money. I mean, I'll take 1% of that. I'm done for the rest of my life, right? I mean, there's a lot of money out there. I think even if none of us were involved with Juice Plus, we've all bought something. I just got some, I don't know if it's direct sales, but I know my friend messaged me and I got some CBD oil I think I bought from another direct sales company. In fact, I think I'm on auto ship. I didn't even know it because I got more. Sorry, Sharon. You know, but there's so many other, I mean, you guys, I mean, raise your hand if you're buying other direct sales items ever. Probably, right? So it's out there, 35 billion, and it's increasing. This is older data. Okay, next one. How many people are involved in this? Well, you might feel like you're alone sometimes, or you might see the same 30 people on our Zooms. Okay, this is United States only. 6.2 million direct sellers build a business full-time. How about that? Or part-time, and sell products. Okay, so there's 1 million people that are doing it full-time. You know, not only a few of us are really doing this full-time, but how about the part-timers? 5.2 million people. I mean, people really want these kinds of opportunities. That's a lot of people. Sharon says, on a scale of 1 to 10, what is your belief in the industry? Think of this to yourself, or you're about to, welcome to put it in the chat. Yeah. If it's not a 10, we want to help you build this. Yes. Okay, what about customers? How many customers are there? 36.6 million customers. That number excludes those who have not signed an agreement with a direct selling company. I don't really understand that. But I know that there's 10 million discount buyers and 26 million preferred customers. Oh, that's just people that have are like partners and buying the products. I mean, our company, most of our sales aren't even a part of that number. There's lots of sales going on, guys. All right. There's a broad appeal here in the United States. 48, it used to be 75% are women. Women are you're dropping behind in the last like 5 years. It went from like 75% down to 48%. Look out. Okay, look out. I think I got this wrong actually. But 48% of your prospects are women. I think that's the population. But about 75% of the people involved in direct sales are women. You know, why is that? Let's hear some good comments there. You can include humor if you want. You can bash. I think it's just me and Garrett are on here. But why are women? I'd say because men are slow learners. But it's a smart business. Men are also a little bit prideful, I think. So like we like the idea of like going out and like crazy talk. Woo! That's a little feedback. All right, women are good at relationships.
Is that that double monitor, Doug?
No, it isn't. Somebody signed in with 2 accounts, Sharon.
Oh, just checking.
I do think women are great prospects because a lot of times, a lot of women I think women are better multitaskers than men. So I think being able to like juggle a business on the side while they do this, but just like Jules, I was waiting to say that because I didn't want to be sexist or anything. Some women want to stay home with the kids, but also earn money. Some are already at home. Yes, correct, Stacy. And they have some extra time to start working a job or something. So, and somebody said, because Amanda, women love to shop. Whatever the reason, you know, that's awesome. That doesn't mean we should only focus on women. But 70%, check out this stat. 77% of Americans are interested in flexible entrepreneurial income earning opportunities. Okay, now this research was done before the COVID epidemic. I think people are realizing now. People didn't even realize before what it might be like to work at home. Some people might say, I never ever want to do this again working at home. But if you could just kind of balance it how you wanted, trust me, that's one of the reasons I quit my job. I mean, I got tired of coming home and finding Sharon in her pajamas or in her workout gear. And I'm like, what the heck? You know, I'm like exhausted. And she's like, I'm going to go play racquetball. And I'm like, I want to know more about this. All right. Younger generation, I work with college students, I teach college classes. I assure you, you know, they're all energetic while they're in school. I think this is actually the Kelly Petrovich story. They get out of college and then they realize that their reward for their college degree oftentimes is like a cubicle. And like the guy in the cubicle next to them is like eating like, you know, sandwiches with onions on it or something, you know, and you're like, this is what I did, you know? So it's like, what the heck? but what if I could have freedom? And this generation, you know, a lot of times we shake our heads at these 20-somethings and are like, what is wrong with these kids? Well, maybe they're smarter than us. They're saying, well, I don't want to have to go to the same place and be bored at work. I don't want to have to work 50 weeks a year and then take off my vacation time 1 week in 1 week blocks. They want to take a vacation whenever they want. They want to be able to travel. And then when you say things like, oh, you're going to work for 30 years and then you get to retire, they're going to be like, why would I want to retire when I'm old and I don't feel good? You know, so that's kind of, well, Kelly puts it nice. Yeah, they don't want that 8 to 5, that's for sure. So people are more and more open to it. So we want to be open to sharing that with people. Check this out. This is pretty cool. This is a graph that shows sales by product category. You know, wellness makes up 35% of all the sales in direct selling in 2018. So that's pretty cool. I know it seems a lot like personal care. I mean, certain companies are kind of over the top as far as the way they market, and most of us are glad that we're not having to market that way. And we shouldn't market that way. I don't believe that long term they're going to see that same kind of success as we are. They're also kind of blowing through their warm market and bothering everybody. But we just share information, we share education, and we have a great product that we can do that. And wellness is something that's not going to go away. And like Melissa said, we have a small line of products, which is huge. So 35% of the sales is in our field. All right. How about, what do people think about direct selling? I mean, what do you guys think they think? Do you think this is accurate? That 81% of people are interested. You guys know what the gig economy is now? If you're not kind of up with that terminology, that's where people are doing side hustles now. This is more than ever. People have multiple jobs. You know, they like to drive Uber and Lyft and things like that. But it's not always such an attractive thing. But they're very open to it. If they can find a little way to make money, that's great. But direct selling, they have a little less favorability toward it. But overall, I know that you guys have run into a few negative people that might bash what you're doing. But it's not like all day long you're getting bashed. People are open to it. Just like when my friend, who happens to also be in Juice Plus, said, hey, you know, do you know about CBD? I'm like, what about it? You know, I already knew about it. I wanted to see what they were going to say. I also was trying to figure out if they had jumped to another company or something. They told me about it and I was open. And then I'm like, sure, send me some. And he's like, do you want to get a discount? Yeah. Okay. As long as you don't like jeopardize my standing. All right. So people are seeing this as favorable. Now let's look at other options. Okay. Direct selling. This is like an average across all companies. Like a startup kit, $82 on average. You know, we're only what, $52 now. A lot of other companies are much higher. If you're doing makeup or oils, or I think the Young Living kit is 120 or 150 bucks, maybe $100, let's say. Hair products, you got to buy all the different products you're going to rep. You know, and there's about 1 million of them. So, but ours is nice and low. Ours is even lower. What if you're going to be a realtor? That's a pretty cool gig, by the way. I mean, I know a lot of realtors, they seem to have a similar lifestyle. They kind of work when they want. You see realtors at the gym. You guys notice that? If you go to the gym in the morning, realtors are there sometimes. But it kind of costs a lot. You have to, you know, get all your materials. You have to do all these costs of being, sorry, I'm just muting. Make sure you guys stay muted if you could. That'd be good. Gig work. What about driving? You know, you're putting all that mileage on your car. What about doing rentals? Well, you got to buy the property first. What about getting a Chick-fil-A or something? That's going to cost you $100,000 up to like McDonald's is at least $1 million. You know, not that any of you would ever get a McDonald's, but it costs a lot of money. So the cool thing about our direct selling industry is that it creates this pathway for people to be entrepreneurs. I know some of you have done a lot. Some of you don't want to do too much, but like you look at a story like Sharon and I, Stacy and so many and others on this call, this becomes like our full-time income with benefits. Now, how could I do that with buying a restaurant or something? It's super hard. You know, this has given us the pathway to be entrepreneurs, just like it has for you. And that's pretty cool. It's a great movement. I think it's very empowering, you know, and we can look at different things, you know, as far as like demographics or age groups, men and women. No matter what you look at, if you dig into some of this stuff, you're going to find that it's very empowering. You know, one slide that Sharon didn't share, we forgot to put it in, was that I think, what percent of it is women who make over $1 million that they do it in direct sales?
I think you were gonna maybe give it back to me eventually, but it
Oh,
says
that's going to
80
come back to you.
Okay, it says 82% of women in the United States who make $100,000 a year did it through direct sales. 82% of anyone who makes over $100,000 a year, as far as women.
I mean, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, especially if you're somebody who loves leadership or loves wanting to build a team. I know there's some jobs you can do where you can make like 100,000, or you can like work overtime and make 100,000. But as far as being a leader and building something that's going to be the cool thing about a business, you know, there's self-employment, which is a different quadrant. That's where you work for yourself, but you still have to trade time for money, but you don't have the big boss over your head. But a business is something that starts to run like a machine, you know, and it just kind of goes. My friend Sam, he owns the Chick-fil-A here in Coral Springs, and I know Michelle Fletcher. If you're driving to our house, most times, but God forbid you're driving to our house around lunch or dinner, you know you got to watch out near that Chick-fil-A, because the line will go out onto the road to get to the drive-through of that Chick-fil-A. But it costs him a lot of money, a lot of years and things like that. Whereas this has been just a pathway for us, and it's just awesome. Awesome. All right. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. I'm just going to do one more thing, and then we'll get to some discussion, because this comes up a lot. I wanted to make sure as we talk about our industry, this is one of like the big things that comes up as far as like you might hear, well, I don't think it comes up as much as some people are afraid it's going to come up. And I just wanted to cover this just in case, because we don't talk about the whole pyramid thing a lot. Some people are afraid. So once in a while, you're going to hear people say, well, gosh, isn't that a pyramid scheme or something? Isn't this one of those pyramids? You know, so what does that mean? We can talk about how to respond to that. Well, let's start with defining what a pyramid scheme is. Okay, a pyramid scheme is a scheme. Okay, it's like a Ponzi scheme where I say, and you guys have seen this, or you get the email from Rwanda. If you give me $5,000, you're gonna get like 10,000 back in 2 weeks. You just have to get 3 more people and things like that. That's a pyramid scheme where people are putting money into something, but there's no purpose to it other than trying to get money out of the top of the pyramid as you work your way up. Okay, that's illegal. You're not allowed to do that. It's fraud, because eventually the money's going to run out when you stop recruiting people into the pyramid. So it's a trick for people to scam people on money. Okay, so the difference between what we would do at a pyramid is that, and if somebody says, well, isn't that a pyramid? I always say, well, no. I mean, well, I like to say, well, what do you mean? What is a pyramid scheme? And let them try to explain it, and they're usually not going to even understand. And when they do explain it, if it's wrong, then you can kind of correct what as well. My understanding of a pyramid scheme is that, first of all, it's illegal. And then number 2 is that there isn't a product in a pyramid scheme. You know, our business is all about the product. We're doing products. And I actually don't make any money off of signing up Amanda as a distributor on my team. I make zero, literally $0, okay? But if you want to be a smart guy like me, some people like to do this too. I love this picture because when I'm talking to my friends, even people that work in the church, you know, it's like one of the reasons I left my job is because I was running a college program. It was based out of a church, but I had kind of made it as I was going to go, because the only way for me to go higher was to become like an executive pastor or something. Well, there was already 20 of those guys at the table at this place. And the only way for me to get to that table is for somebody else to kind of get out of there. Well, eventually, how do I become the top guy? If you're in South Florida, you know, Doug Sauter is the top guy. What am I going to do? Replace Doug Sauter? No. So eventually, there's always going to be somebody over you. Amanda is a nurse. She works at hospitals. There's probably a nurse that oversees that department. And then there's somebody that oversees all nurses. And then there's like a hospital administrator that oversees everybody at the hospital. And then there's a CEO of that hospital company that oversees all hospital administrators. You know, so there's always somebody else above you. Okay. And that kind of happens. You could say, well, that kind of happens here. I mean, isn't Doug, I mean, Sharon would be the top of the pyramid, quote, in this organization of who's on this call. But the difference is this. Sharon doesn't have to get out of the way for Michelle Fletcher to rise up all the way to making $1 million a year. Okay, there's no, and there's almost, in some organizations, the CEO, or let's say the nurse that oversees everybody, if Amanda's really awesome as a nurse and she's rising up and the CEO's noticing her, Amanda could almost become a threat to that hospital administrator, because she might be the next one that takes over. She's younger, she's smarter, she's got it going on. But it's not like that in Juice Plus. You can always keep rising. There's no ceiling. You know, so that's just a different perspective of like the whole pyramid thing. I'm wondering if we have any conversation or questions. Let me read some of these things. Sharon, you could talk. I'm going to read some things. I don't know if you've been reading.
Okay, how much time can I have, Dougie?
As much as you want.
Okay,
you're the top of the pyramid.
I've got to stop it. I've got to share a funny. It's going to be like 2-minute video. Okay, so you guys will crack up. For sure, I think. I'm not going to show the whole video, so don't
forget to share your sound on the video.
I am. Okay, here we go. Oh, my hair looks awesome. I saw that really quick thing.
That my job sucks, the economy sucks, and the only way things are going to get better is if I do something about it.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to build a network marketing business.
Oops, hold on.
What is network marketing?
A network marketing company allows you to build your own business by creating a group of distributors and customers that consume the products sold by the company.
That sounds like one of those pyramid things.
What do you mean by pyramid things?
One of those things where the only people that make lots of money are the people at the top.
You mean like the company you work for?
But don't you have to get in early to make any money?
Actually, in a good network marketing company, you can make more money than the people above you if you are more productive.
Are you sure it isn't a pyramid scheme?
Yes.
How are you so sure?
A pyramid scheme is where you make all of your money by recruiting others and there is no product or service being exchanged.
It still sounds like a pyramid scheme.
In a legitimate network marketing company, you make most or all of your money from people using the products.
It still sounds like a pyramid scheme.
In what way?
Because when you draw it out, it looks like a pyramid.
How is that relevant?
It just seems like a pyramid scheme.
If you were to draw out the organization chart of the company you work for, what shape would it be?
A pyramid.
If you were to draw out the organization chart of the church you go to, what shape would it be?
A pyramid.
If you were to draw out the organization chart of the Girl Scouts, what shape would it be?
A pyramid.
Are you understanding my point?
Yes. I had no idea there were so many pyramid schemes out there.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Is that the best?
Yeah, that was
That was
funny.
great.
Okay, it does
Can
go
you
long.
share that?
I'm laughing. I'm picking
Put that on
Picking up
Facebook
my
somewhere. Can you
teeth.
share that?
I know.
Yeah.
You guys
We'll
love
put
that.
I
that in
love that.
Transformers.
I've
It's
seen
so
it
good.
before, but I don't remember where, so I'm so glad you did it. So now we can share it on
I
Facebook.
will.
I love
I'll
it.
share that everywhere. Okay. So that was great. That'll make your day pretty much all the time. Okay, so just a few things just to summarize before you guys talk some more. So 79 million people are going to start a home-based business. And I think what we're seeing a lot more is that they're going to start something, and we better be the ones to introduce something to them before they think we don't have a business, because sometimes we don't tell people we have a business. So anytime you're taking an order or whatever, just say, hey, just want you to know for whenever that I'm going to be doing this as a business. I already have been doing it for the next 20, 40 years, whatever. And anytime you want to join me, it is the place to be. You know, just make sure you drop some kind of information on them as they are ordering, or you're talking to them, that they know that it's something that they can do as well. So the difference with network marketing is, you know, you can be a retailer. So if you really just focus on customers, it's more addition. When you focus on team and helping to build a team, and really Ray Higdon in the Freakishly Effective Network Marketing book for leaders says our job is just to make it easier for our team. That's our job as a leader, is to make things easier for you. So as we are just facilitating making things easier for people to share, like sending them the text that I would share, or giving them verbiage to invite tonight, that's how we make it easier for our team, and just keeping people notified, stuff like that. Then we have multiplication. That's when you have leverage. So you can make hundreds of dollars. You can make even almost $1,000 probably just retailing Juice Plus, just having customers. But when you reach the point of adding team, that's when you get into multiple thousands of dollars a month, okay? And then, you know, replacing your income over time. Oh, whoops, okay. Another, oh goodness, okay. You know, we love following Eric Worre. He is making network marketing more and more legitimate. He says network marketing isn't perfect, it's just better. He also says, you know, when you find yourself complaining about your own company, just know that every company has their issues. You have to decide which company you want to have those issues with. So the Juice Plus company, I don't find that there's a lot of issues, and I'm thankful for that. So, all right. So a couple of books to fortify your belief, because really that's why we're going over these things. The belief in product, company, now industry. You want to be a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 in the product. You want to be a 10 on the scale of 1 to 10 in believing in the company. And then you want to work on, a lot of people need work on their belief in the industry. So how do we work on that? There's lots of books. There's lots of audios. There's podcasts. Ray Higdon is another one. So Eric Worre, Robert Kiyosaki, Ray Higdon, and Jim Rohn. This is a great thing to listen to on building your network marketing business. It's real general for anyone, and it helps you to realize that network marketing is just sometimes a number of exposures. And so sometimes we get caught up in objections, or that things aren't, you know, working out exactly as we thought they would. And he kind of brings it down to, you know, that's normal. That's normal for this type of business. So you can listen to that over and over. It's on YouTube. You just look it up. Building your network marketing business. So Doug, we'll go back to you, and you can help facilitate.
Well, I was just wondering if we could talk through anything, or maybe if anybody wants to say positive business affirmations, or maybe there's an area of that you struggle with. Maybe some of it seems like a little bit like BS or something, and you're not sure. I mean, we can talk about that too. Like maybe you don't feel that blah blah blah, or maybe you don't feel this. It's important that we at least talk about it so that you can feel a little, get some questions answered maybe. So let's hear from some of you guys.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
We got you.
Hey, it's Jody, and greetings everyone.
Hi.
I started about a month ago, and I did about 20 presentation, and the feedback are always, oh, great stuff. Wow, it's expensive. You know, no one have any job right now. Wow. But I'll get back to you. Or blame on whatever sickness they have. Oh, I have high cholesterol. I don't think I can do that right now. Or I have diabetes. I can't do that right now. And it's like, okay, how do I do follow up with them? I send them a video. Hey, I was thinking about you. When I saw this video, I'm sending it out. Look at it and let me know. No follow up. When I say look at it and let me know what you think, they haven't follow up with the video or anything. It's, or they went ghost on me.
Well, let's let someone else answer that. You know, one of our leaders. These are common things that, you know, just need to be approached in the right way.
Well, couple of things. The first thing is that it's a good idea when somebody has an objection, say, to agree, to let them know that you understand how they feel, and feel, felt, found. But you don't even have to do that. You can just say, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. And I am new in the business. Maybe my friend Dr. Valentine can help me, or Felicia can help. And you know, would you be open to having a conversation that can answer some of those questions that I don't have answers for? Another thing is that I never, ever, 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 never, ever, ever, ever expect them to get back to me. It's my job to get back to them. So, because if I'm waiting, I will die by the side of the road waiting for them to get back to me. So it's always get back to them within 24 to 48 hours. And the way that I get back is ask them, what did you like best about that? What was the best part that you liked about it? So there are things that you can do, and I encourage you to get with your sponsor, to get with Felicia and myself, and let's have a Zoom call between us. And because I think you're amazing. I think you have an excellent work ethic. You know what to do. It's just tweaking just a little bit. And before you know it, you're going to really do extremely well.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Valentine. Thank you.
Did anyone
That's
else
excellent.
add to that?
Hey guys.
Hi, I'm
Yes, if I could. Hi. Yes, if I could.
Yeah.
It has taken me a little bit. My name is Nicole, and my understanding is that although I'm so passionate about the product and the community and everything that got me said yes to, a lot of people are not looking to buy anything. They're not seeing the need. They don't understand what they need to. So having that connection and conversation with them to see where they are based on previous, conversations, or just asking them, do you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables? Do you see a need? Do you think you can improve? And based on their answers, I then move on the next move I am going to make. Although I always, if it's kind of like a no, and then I let them know, well, whenever you feel like it, or whenever you get to the need, then I want you to think of me, because I want you to know that this exists. And I don't even go there because they're telling me they're not willing, open, or looking for ways to add more fruits and vegetables in capsules. So that's like, I'm going nowhere with them. So that I have found very helpful in not getting there, because then I get frustrated because I'm trying to force it on them because I'm so passionate. But they don't see it. So yes, thank you.
And that's a basic principle of marketing. I mean, nobody knows. We're getting marketed to all the time. I mean, Sharon was talking about the endless stream of Amazon stuff. One of the things that came recently was one of those massager gun things. I mean, I didn't even know that thing existed until it goes on my Facebook wall every single day. So I'm like, Sharon, you want one of these, right? Yeah. Okay, boom, we get one. So it's like, who knew? Who knew? So people need to be educated about, in order to realize that there is a need for more fruits and vegetables. T, did you have something?
Yes, I wanted to add to about being ghosted. A lot of times when we talk to people, you get ghosted because what we're giving them is kind of redundant information. But what I realize and what I have done is I send them out. This is a good tip from Nicole. I send them out a verbal text letting them know that I am so sorry if I offended you in any kind of way. I just thought that this could help you in some kind of way. And they automatically feel like, oh my gosh, I don't want her to think that she offended me. And they get back to me right away like, no, you didn't offend me at all. Actually, I'll take a look at it and da 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 da. So if someone ghosts you, just put on your big girl panties and send them out a verbal message on Messenger or however you send it out. But when they hear the compassion in your voice that, oh my gosh, I did not mean to offend you in any kind of way. I just thought this would be something that would be helpful for you and your family, and they will get back to you because nobody wants to hurt somebody else's feelings. That's just my tip on ghosting.
Yay. Yeah, you know, one other thing I forgot to mention also is that from the beginning, if you let them know that you're excited about the information, it's not just about selling something, it's about sharing what I'm learning. I'm learning so much. Would it be okay if I share with you an invitation now and then, or another video now and then? And almost always, in fact, they all say, oh yeah, that's okay. So that way you feel okay to continue to invite them because you're not trying to sell them something. You're just giving them an invitation, another video, another resource.
If you guys hear some of these answers and you're thinking like, wow, it's amazing. How do they know this? And blah, blah, blah. It's so helpful. Everybody that's answering, it's basically like, it sounds like we're reading from the Eric Worre book or from a Ray Higdon podcast. Okay, so that book that it's called, what is it, Network Marketing Pro? That is very GoPro. And it's huge. It's huge because things like that are in there. And you have to realize too that if some people, let's say Michelle and Karen, consistently get like 10 customers a month, Nalani 10 or more customers a month, whatever I'm experiencing that causes me to usually, I mean, I had more this month, but usually I have few. It probably isn't like, oh, people, if I'm feeling that I'm hearing that people don't want it, or maybe people feel like it's too expensive and things like that, it's probably not the product, or some of those things aren't really even true. It's sometimes is how we're presenting the information. That's why I want you to be connected to your upline, because they're going to help you learn how to say it in a way that gives you what Ray Higdon calls a good posture, like a strong posture, you know, like a confidence. On our last Lunch and Learn, we talked about the product, and we talked about how if you go into the grocery store and you try to buy some of the things, like how much would it cost to even get this nutrition? This nutrition is cheaper actually than other ways you could be trying to get it. So yeah, I got distracted by the questions to me and the thing. Sharon, take over.
Thank you.
Okay,
I wanted to also, I'm sorry, Sharon.
Who's that? Just
Karen.
Karen.
Let's get back to any objections about the industry. Go ahead, Karen. Or why we should feel strong about the industry, or how we're paid, or how we sell products. Because people sometimes bring up objections because they don't understand why it's not sold in a store. You know, why it's sold by us. Why, just why it's word of mouth. You know, maybe you could go into that, Karen.
Well, I love that you're doing this series because so much of it, you will see the growth. So, I mean, for me to be able to talk to somebody now confidently, I couldn't do that in the beginning. So if any of you guys are sitting here and you're brand new and you're listening to us like, well, just go do this. I mean, it's hard. You know what I mean? It's taken us, I've been doing this for 14 years. So, you know, and it takes a lot of practice. You know, the industry is not something, I mean, I'm just going to say that any of us grew up with, right? We went to school, we went to college, we're taught to go work for somebody. That's what my parents did. You know what I mean? Like that's what's accepted. So this is kind of out of the norm. So it's not unusual for your friends to be like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like, cause they're trying to protect you. They're trying to, but this is such, you know, when I kind of just let it go and I opened up and I really looked at it, I mean, what an amazing opportunity to be a business owner for $52. You know what I mean? In an industry that is growing, right? The wellness industry, I don't care what it is at the wellness industry is amazing. And to be with a company that's so forward thinking, because there's been times, I mean, here I'm going to embarrass myself like out loud. There's been times when we were introduced about the Tower Garden at conference, I was kind of like that, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're doing this. And look at the Tower Garden now. I mean, they are so ahead of themselves with what they think and what they're doing. It's amazing. So the industry of, you know, network marketing and being able to kind of have control over what you're bringing in. I mean, in the last couple of months, excuse me, I've given myself $1,000 raise within a few months, you know, per month. So, you know, and a lot of people have been furloughed and a lot of people are losing their jobs. So in a time right now where it's really scary for people, I mean, a lot of us who are doing this are thriving, you know, and it's just, I don't know. And I'm even more now I'm talking more and more now to people because I have even more confidence, just even in the last few months. I didn't think it'd get even better, but I'm talking more and more to people about joining my team because of this industry and about the time right now. So yeah, it's amazing.
I know
The
a lot of
very
you
best-
might be, I'm sorry. Oh, just real quick. A lot of you might be, let's say you're making $500 a month or something in Juice Plus. If you take your $500 a month to $600 a month, it might, you know, it might be like, okay, that was a good car payment and now it's $100 more. It's, you know, 500 or 600 isn't really going to like change the world for you. However, let's remember that's a 20% raise right there. Now, I don't know what job you have, but nobody's ever given me a 20% raise before. And we've gone up about 20% the last few months, Sharon. I'm really excited for this next paycheck because we have some personal goals and some personal numbers we want to hit. And I think we might hit some of those that I didn't think we would hit so soon. So just keep grinding, keep working your business, however you want to work it, a little or a lot, doesn't matter. But if you can see that growth, just be patient. Be patient. I trust us. If you stay consistent and you keep doing it, not doing it for 6 months and then being like, oh, it'd be so much easier just to like go fishing in the evenings or something, you know, or it's football season. I don't want to mess around with this during college football on Saturdays. It's like, keep grinding for a couple years. Trust me. And it's gonna make some significant difference in your life for the rest of your life.
It really is the compound effect over time. You know, you got to keep becoming, you know, you've got to keep learning. This is not something that you can just say, oh, I am the perfect network marketer or I'm the perfect Juice Plus distributor. You have to invest time in getting better and better, sharpening your skills, making mistakes. It's okay. People are very forgiving, you know, if you don't call them back and you say, hey, I forgot to call you, you know, sorry. I dropped the ball, you know, be vulnerable. People love that. So, and stay with your sponsor and leader if you're not having success, because this does work. But also you need to know that it's a numbers game. It's a number of exposures thing. And yeah, you definitely have to keep the ball in your court. You can't expect that people are going to call you. Everybody's busy. So you've got to be facilitating people. That's why, you know, you're a leader from day one. You're leading people down the road of getting healthier. Even if you're just sharing Juice Plus, you're leading. So you've got to facilitate that leading by just saying, here, come on, you know, here, this is where we're going now. Come on along, you know? And so just, you know, be patient with the process. It's a process to become, you know, a leader in the way in which you want thousands of dollars a month. You have to invest in all the beliefs. You have to have a 10 in the product, a 10 in the company. You've got to feel real good about the company that you're working with. A 10, you got to feel good about this industry. And I mean, it's very obvious to me. I see a lot of people joining home-based businesses, network marketing, everybody wanting some extra money somewhere, some kind of residual income. people are looking to their future. People do need extra money. This is a great solution for people, and it's easy. I mean, it's $52 a week to have your own virtual franchise into a $16 billion company that's been around for 50 years with the #1 selling nutritional product in a capsule in the world, the #1 researched, and offering gardening easy without dirt. Okay, so we got it going on, and own it. All right, guys.
Hey, I just wanted to share that this what Doug was talking about earlier. If you wanted to learn more about the industry and get more belief in the industry, this is the book by Robert Kiyosaki.
Yes, I'm gonna put links. I'm putting links on the live video in Team Transformers right now. I just put the Eric Ray Higdon podcast. You can listen to it on all these different sources if you want. I'm really encouraged today because nobody was freaked out. You know, once we opened up questions, you pretty much went right away from the industry. I think you guys are pretty confident that people are buying stuff from direct sellers and want to do businesses. I love that you went back to, how can I get better at sharing? And that's we'll keep teaching you guys. We're going to keep teaching. It was great to see you. Hey, Amanda Ang, great to see you on today. Always good to see you. Falala, you got to unmute and say something to Sharon. I'm going to get some tunes going here.
All right, we'll see you guys Friday. We got some music for you, Falala. Music for me and you. Anybody else love the music? Let's go. So Friday lunch and learn, Saturday lunch and learn. All right, 12 o'clock. Saturday, if anybody's around, 10 o'clock.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All the chatting. I love all the chat input, you guys. You guys did a great job. Love it.
Do the music.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Robert, take a break.
Please call Bobble.
Almost forgot to pay the citation. Yeah, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hit me back, talking this and that. Well, give me all you got and don't hold it back. Well, I should probably warn you, I'll be just fine. No offense to you, don't waste your time. Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Hey, bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, take now, bring me down, can't bring me down. The love is too high to bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. I said, because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. The love is too high to bring you want to do. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is. You, hey. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
Oh, I love all the kiddos. Yay, good job.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, DJ Dougie.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
Okay, bye.